Okay, I should start by saying thank you so much for taking the time out to sit down and chat with me. I suppose we should start right at the very beginning. So, how did you first fall in love with theatre?
Oh, good question. I liked shouting and dressing up, and I thought it'd be a bit of a show off, and if I can frat about on the stage and dress up and shout, I do as much for the shouting and dressing up as I do the artistic merit. Um, and I'd like to say, it's like a really profound thing, but no, I just like larking about and having a laugh, really, and
Hmm.
no, no, no. So, no, I'm really, an intellectual about it.
It was a
No,
Shakespeare
that
play
is
that.
that is it. To be honest, I'm a fraud.
So, how did you get started? How did you first sort of get involved with the theatre?
I imagine, like most people,
Mm.
school plays, things like that. When I got a bit older, I come from a place in Essex called Southend,
Hmm.
which is a fairly end of the line town. But there's a lot of good creative things about it. So
Hmm.
I just started putting on my own comedy nights, putting on my own plays, which a lot of people around me were sort of going, "Oh, that's a pretty, out there thing."
Hmm.
It's not really. It's make don't wait around for opportunities. Make your own
Hmm.
and just go and do it. It's
Hmm.
simple as
Yeah.
that, really.
Obviously, you say you just put on your own plays. Obviously, there's a lot of steps into actually producing and creating your own shows. So, how did you get into the writing side of it? How did that come into your sort of orbit?
Fairly innate kind of thing.
Mm,
I I I I don't I don't really like putting on other people's plays because if you're paying for it, if you're
mm,
going to the rigmarole of all the admin and as you say, like producing, why would it be someone else's work?
hmm.
Um, so yeah, just put on your own thing, and it's something that comes quite freely. Um, whether it's any good is another thing, but I just I quite like the sort of bash about
Mm,
quality. Like you get up, you do it, you come off, go, oh okay, well that worked, that didn't. I'll know that for next time,
hmm.
and yeah, I've always done that. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, so obviously we're here to talk about Armageddon Out of Here, which is heading to the Edinburgh Fringe. But before we get
Hmm.
into sort of the nitty-gritty of the show itself, so how did the team of you, Chris and Rob, is it Ginster?
Rob Ginkster. I'm going to start calling him that now.
Oh no.
Rob, Rob Glenister.
Okie doke. So how
I
did
do
you
like
kind of
Rob Ginkster.
how did you get introduced? How did you start working together?
I know Chris. A couple of years ago, I did a thing called the Short and Sweet Festival, which
Mhm.
is in Dubai, Sydney, and for some reason Billericay in Essex.
Right.
Um, yeah, Hollywood from Hollywood to Brentwood. It's a bit weird, but there was a script which was like a riff from it was a the film Armageddon with Bruce Willis.
Hmm.
Um, and so I picked that. It's only about 10 minutes long. And from that, I met Chris and we just sort of sat in his garden
Mm.
and worked on it. Um, and that's how I know him. And I know Rob from the South End sort of stand-up
Mm.
circuit. And yeah, they're both very creative. And yeah, that's how I know him.
Yeah, fantastic. And so I read online that the show is inspired by another show that you did called Sacrifice,
Yeah, that is the little short play. Yeah.
little short play. So obviously that was someone else's work, did you say? That was taken from the movie.
But no, so it was a parody. I
Okay.
later found I walked away going, "Oh, that was a really good little short thing there. I've never heard of that before." Then when I start telling people, everyone's going, "Yeah, that's Armageddon, Bruce Willis and the other fella." I was like, "Oh," but no, so yeah, it was a very daft,
Mm,
loosely threaded parody.
mm,
Um, but with Chris, when I did it, it was yeah, we sort of it's it's nice to find someone who you can trust enough to actually sort of go, okay, here's my words, here are my ideas, see what you can do with them, and sort of play around with it,
mm,
and it comes out with something. We think, oh, okay, we both sort of done. We put a fair bit of work into that, and
mm,
yeah.
mm. And so obviously then from there, then obviously as we said, Armageddon Out of Here was kind of born. So where did the idea of that show come from?
Um, I did a show in Edinburgh, which was very, very intense in that I'm sure you're aware, when people think of theatre, they think West End and the glitz
Hmm.
and glamour, but they don't sort of take into account the fringe,
Hmm.
um, not the Edinburgh Fringe, but just the actual
Yes, yeah.
the more DIY stuff, grassroots, and I was sort of doing the marketing. And the producing and the directing and the writing and the logistics, and it all got a bit too much. And so I came home and I went up to Chris, who I knew had this little 10-minute play, and I went up to him in a pub. I went, "Can you write me another 50 minutes of that?" And it was more or less met with a long silence. I went, "Oh, fine, I'll help you write it." And after a while, because we both got very, very shocking attention spans, we decided, okay, well, why don't you just do it like little? I get people would call them sketches, but they
Hmm.
are really short plays. Because that's how me and Chris write. They are. It's all subjective. It's all
Hmm.
whatever. But it's like little short plays surrounding the end of the world. So it starts off with these two astronauts hurtling towards Earth on an asteroid. And I thought, oh, okay, how would people on Earth react to the end of the world? And because eternity is no longer open, it's no longer open-ended, so
Hmm.
people's behaviour changes, and it's been quite fun to look into that. And generally, I'm attracted to sort of silly and mad, and I like natters,
Hmm.
so it's quite fun. It's quite fun to write.
Hmm.
It's quite deranged people,
Hmm.
and yeah, it's so that's where it stemmed from. Yeah.
Yeah, so why space? Why the sort of the idea of this asteroid hurtling towards space? Where did that originate from?
Um, that is a good question. So these two astronauts, they're on a spaceship which
Hmm.
is on top of an asteroid, and there is only one escape shuttle with one seat,
Hmm.
and they're both bickering about who should stay behind and die.
Hmm.
Then you quickly realize, oh, hang on, this one's avoided breaking up with his girlfriend, and this one's generally doesn't like his kids. So he'd rather sort of explode himself
Hmm.
rather than go back and deal with that. And in doing so, they sort of get heralded as the man that saved Earth.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, so it sort of stems from that. That's the only sort of I guess sci-fi related sketch
Hmm.
in the show. But, yeah.
Mm. And obviously, you mentioned those like sort of sketches or those episodes, scenes, whatever word we would like to use. So, was it sort of a linear when you were coming up with the show? Did they come up in a linear process, or was it kind of how are we going to get from here to here?
Ooh. It was a tiny bit linear, yeah.
Hmm.
But it was more challenging than I thought because you do box yourself in because you think, okay, the world's going to end. That means there is no real genuine consequence.
Hmm.
So, it does sort of cut out a lot of possibilities. Um, One thing that I think Chris is a bit different, but certainly that I've noticed that a lot of the plays which hold my attention and I like,
Hmm.
it's not really about plot; it's about character.
Hmm.
I think the stuff that really matters is all character and relationship,
Hmm.
and it's just how people respond and react to one another and their breaking points. And I'm a big fan of it's not an intellectual thing at all because a lot of people do associate him with it, but Samuel Beckett,
Hmm.
I think he has created the blueprint for modern sitcom
Hmm.
because when you think about it, it's like a lot of his stuff is quite you can interpret it and you can drive in certain directions, but a lot of it is quite bleak and a really good blank canvas for what could be quite good comedy. If you look at Crap's last tape,
Hmm.
and especially Waiting for Godot, which is I think the blueprint because you have two people who shouldn't be together, but they are and they're trapped and they kind of need one another. It's a bit of push and pull.
Hmm.
Um, and a lot of the sketches are. I don't want to get sued,
Inspired
A
by
lot.
allegedly.
Yes. Um, but yeah, no. So it's mainly characters, and
Mm,
one I think once you, I don't know if certainly for me, if you know your character,
hmm
then plot can just come from
mm,
how they react to things.
mm.
That's how I
Yeah.
look at it anyway.
Yeah, totally. And obviously you mentioned there going up to your friend saying, "Can you write 50 more minutes of this show?" So
Mm,
obviously you got involved with the sort of the co-writing and helping put the show together, but you also
yes.
perform in the show itself. So what was
Yeah.
your experience of doing both sides of the sort of theatre world, I suppose, at the same time? What was that experience been like for you?
I always imagine when I'm always slightly baffled when I see actors sort of waiting around for opportunities to happen
hmm
because I just think, well, why don't you go and write something just with like low production costs, make it minimal. And
hmm
a lot of them go, well, because that's not what I do. I'm an actor. But so it's very liberating to sort of if something's not quite working, you think, okay, well, you have the freedom to sort of go, okay, we'll get rid of that line or get rid of that bit and
mm
just come up with something new. And just play around until you get something.
mm
So it's quite fun. It's the I have the utmost gratitude and respect for anyone who works behind the scenes because they
hmm
are not thanked enough, and that's the stressful bit, you know.
hmm
The I know a lot of actors who turn up, you know, when they have to, they do the show, then they leave, but they don't have to worry about the get in or the get out or the
hmm
marketing or the logistics or the travel. You know, as long as they get their, you know,
hmm
neck muscles tickled a bit, then they're all good.
hmm
Um, Bastards. Am I allowed to swear, by the way?
Yeah,
I
so
should
yeah,
ask.
yeah, yeah, no problem at all.
Yeah, I hope my mum doesn't find out. Um, so it's quite nice to just to be in that space, and also because we all, you know, Chris and Rob and I, yeah, we all get on. We're all local, and the main goal really is just have a laugh.
hmm
You hope that the audience has a laugh as well. I think that's the if you like it, and then that will communicate to the
Yeah.
audience, and they'll hopefully like it as well. Yeah.
Mm, totally. And clearly there is already a loving of the show because obviously you recently got the announcement that you are heading to the Edinburgh Fringe. So what was
Hmm.
it like learning that your show is heading to probably the world's biggest theatre festival?
How did it feel?
Hmm
Um, I um I felt a couple of grand lighter.
Hell
Uh,
yes.
there's um that's a whole different
hmm
conversation for another. But yes, it is exciting. It is a lot of fun. Um, so that still rankles. But I have to pay. It's all right.
Mm.
It's a lot of fun. I love Edinburgh. Most of my family is Scottish,
Oh wow,
so
okay.
I have somewhere to stay. Oh, and it's just a month of pure unadulterated debauchery,
Mm.
and I love it. No, it's a lot of fun, and because you see just a lot of friends who are like-minded because they are
Mm.
performers. It's just really fun just to catch up and then you know see each other's work, then spend 8 hours in a pub somewhere getting absolutely blotto just to do it again the next day.
I'm actually heading up for my first Fringe experience this year, so hopefully I can join you in the debauchery of
Ah, please do. Oh no, brilliant. Oh, where are you? Have you got any what do you call it? Like to-dos, like little tick lists that you
yeah, so I've
stuff you
made a
want to go
list.
see?
I'm going as a punter, obviously viewing shows. I'm not taking my own show, but I have got a list. I believe your PR person's already booked me in for a ticket for your show, so I'm obviously very excited to see your show when I head up there, which is I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, bless you. If I tell you what, I'll take you for a pint afterwards,
Oh,
and
that'd be
if you give me
nice.
a good review, you know, I'll slide you something.
So, but how are you getting ready for the Fringe then? How are you starting to prepare?
Um, oh, good question. No one's ever asked us these questions before. Normally we we sort of get the script, we sort of go over it and blah blah blah. Then
Mm.
we meet up with essentially a box of costumes and we try and surprise each other. You know, let's see, whoever gets the biggest response
Mm.
from that. That's how I think it should go down anyway. Doing that, and at the moment, um, my in order of getting up there, because 'cause it is quite expensive,
Yeah.
and sort of flight tickets go up quite a lot, and so do the train tickets.
Hmm.
Um, we were thinking, okay, well, so Chris, who co-writer, I don't think he's going up there, but so it's just me and Rob. And we're thinking, okay, what have we actually got between us to go up there? And this sounds like a very corny and sort of overused PR stunt, but I assure you it's not. We're going up in my 1989 Reliant Rialto, which is like a
Oh.
very posh Reliant Robin. Um, that might take a couple of days.
Mm.
That's something I need to sort out with Rob, actually. Yeah. So that'd be a pain in the arse. But it'll look, people go, oh, you're the guys in the Reliant. It's like, yeah, it's nice being poor.
But obviously, you
Mm.
mentioned earlier that this isn't your first Fringe experience. So
Yeah.
does returning add pressure then to you as a performer? Does it make it sort of more worrying?
Oh, no,
Okay.
really. Because the first show I did up there was sort of fairly, it was quite, I didn't know what it was supposed to be for a very long time. And then I
Hmm.
realized it's actually quite a gentle, sort of reflective, they were like kind of a bit of an underdog kind of piece.
Hmm.
Um, and I was really trying to push it into the more bizarre, anarchic,
Hmm.
irreverent kind of style. And it wasn't really working. And then I just sort of accepted, no, this is just like a gentle piece of theatre, really.
Hmm.
Which it was quite lovely in its own little, strange little way. But this time it's like something which is quite daft and out there and
Hmm.
very, very stupid. I'm not pretending that it's anything but childish and stupid, but that's what I like. Um, I'm sure there's I can't remember who said it, but a couple of years ago, the first time at the Fringe, um, there was a certain amount of oh no, actually no, that's quite incriminating. I'm not going to say that. But pretty much the performance that I gave was not below par. It was influenced by
Okay.
external means. I was pissed. And I just wanted, it sort of gets that weird time in the Fringe where you think, oh, it's 2 weeks in, like there's like this particular day there were two people in the audience, which actually was a really good show. But
Hmm.
you're just trying to make them laugh because you just think, bloody hell, mate, I've spent all this money dragging all this stuff and people up here.
Hmm.
And so I just started ad-libbing and props were being forgotten, that the set wasn't, working accordingly.
Hmm.
And it was just a daft bit of fun. And we walked away going, oh, we're going to get slated for that. That's going to be a terrible review. And the reviewer said, it was something along the lines of, it's wonderful how they embrace the chaotic spirit of live theatre.
Hmm.
And I was going, oh yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, some intellectual. Oh, how brilliant! How good was that? Yeah, 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 he forgot everything. Oh, yeah, very.
Totally what you were
So
going
yeah,
for was to embrace the chaos of live theatre.
yes, I'm using that from now on. I'm just embracing the chaotic spirit of live theatre, darling. Yes, I wasn't shit.
So obviously we've chatted about the show, but for people who haven't um, heard of your show before, what can they expect from seeing Armageddon out of here?
They can expect a lot of shouting, a lot of
Shouting
people
and
running
dress up.
about and shouting and dressing up, a lot of people running around in their pants, the odd colostomy bag, um, partial nudity, more shouting and screaming. And it's pretty much just how different groups of people
Mhm.
react to the end of the world. I never once thought I'd ever write be part of something, writing something like that. But it's just it's under the umbrella of alternative comedy,
Hmm.
which I think in recent years has swayed somewhat. But it's very loud, very dark, childish, and just rather irreverent.
Mm.
It does sort of take the piss a bit, but it's all very tongue in cheek, and it's really just two people on stage having a laugh and trying to make each other laugh. And we hope that
Mm.
people in the audience can have a
Yeah.
daft laugh as well.
So if people like the sound of that, where can they stay up to date with you and where can they get tickets for the show?
That's a brilliant question. I wish I fucking knew. Um, uh, there is an Instagram page,
Hmm.
Armageddon Outer here. There's a Facebook page. It shall be going up on the Edinburgh Fringe website shortly.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, I think that's about it.
Mm.
Yeah,
If they want to stay up
and
to date
probably
with you specifically, do you have socials that they can follow and
I do. It's mainly quite horrifying videos of me being a bit of a cunt. And doing stupid things. Yes, my name is Tom Johnson. I'm an actor. Can you believe it? I'm on the Instagrams. I'm on the Facebooks. I think that's about it. I'm a bit of a technological caveman.
Mhm.
I think only a couple of years ago. I'm 26. I only bought a laptop a couple of years ago.
Wow.
Um, yeah. So
Mm.
I'm out there in the ether somewhere.
Mm. I will put the links in the comments below so people can scroll down and click away. But my final question is, what advice do you have for young performers looking to do what you do?
Oh, do a better job than me. Um, that's a good question. What advice would I give? Don't antagonize your words.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, I think there's a lot of I think certainly in actors, I've noticed there's a lot of pent up anxiousness and sort of looking around and thinking, oh, that other person's got this and they're doing this and they're doing this better than me, and it all looks so glamorous on the outside and they're doing so well, bastards.
Hmm.
Um, I just remember why you started doing it. It's not the most concrete foundation in the world, but you just got to
Hmm.
keep keep finding ways to keep doing it. And actually, make your own opportunities. Don't wait around for them.
Hmm.
Go and write something. Go and put on a silly little play, um, and just go and watch other people's
Hmm.
plays as well. You might be surprised.
Mm, totally. So I started by saying it, but I'll end the same way. Thank you so much for taking the time out to sit down and chat with me. As I said, I'll put the links in the comments below so people can scroll down and click away. But I look forward to seeing you in Edinburgh and seeing your show. So I wish you the best of luck, and I shall speak to you soon.
Ah, brilliant. Oh, thank you very much. And yeah, tap me on the shoulder and I'll buy you a pint.